Hello and thanks for joining us for the Culture Show. Coming up, the universal language of art, the East and West, are brought together through an exhibition in Brussels. Plus, the art world is in shock as a staggering Picasso treasure trove turns up in France. But first, he gained worldwide critical acclaim for his dynamic vocals and songwriting style as Ours frontman. Now the American singer-songwriter has made a solo album. It's called The Heart. Jimmy Gnecco joins us, and I'm delighted to say he's going to start by singing for us. This is called Mystery.
I want you, and I think you would know by now, but how? I don't say nothing out loud. What a mystery as I watch you walking out the door. You're a mystery as I let you down now. You're gone. I wanted to tell you, but nothing came out. The time had run out.
Thank you so much. It's lovely.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, I just wanted to start by talking about the album, The Heart. On the album, you wrote, you sing, you produced, and you play all the instruments, don't you? Tell us about that.
I just, years ago, I had signed the record deal pretty much as a solo artist, but I made music under the name Ours. And I had different people playing with me who I would kind of teach them what to play anyway. So it just felt like this was the right time to just do it all myself.
And this album, it's very melancholy. It's aptly called The Heart. It's a good name for it, I think. You wrote it at a very difficult time for you, didn't you? And that's really reflected in what we hear.
Yes. My mom had become really sick. So it was good timing for me to make the record because I could stay home while she was sick in the hospital and spend a lot of time with her. And yeah, a lot of that comes through on the record, and some of the songs were written while I was making the record, just because I was inspired to do something with all the pain that I was feeling. So I put it into the songs, and I'm grateful to have had that.
And you have had a lot of ups and downs. After the album Precious, you almost decided to give up music altogether, didn't you? What brought you back?
Well, it seemed like I was so obsessed with music and trying to do something that made people feel better. And it was a weird thing that was happening because of the time that I spent writing songs and out on the road touring, people closest to me, I wasn't there for them. And in an attempt to try to do something nice for a lot of people, I was not there for the people who I was really close to. And that started to confuse me as to how I could balance that out, because it shouldn't seem right. Something that was so important to me and that was supposed to make people feel better was somehow hurting people close to me. So, but I spent a few months, I had a house out in the woods, out in the middle of nowhere, and I spent a few months out there through the dead of winter, at first I couldn't look at the guitar, I couldn't be anywhere near it, and then eventually I picked it up, and writing songs started to make me feel good again. And I decided from that point on I would really do my best to balance out family and friends and life with my passion of writing songs and playing music. So.
Okay. Jimmy, I'm sure lots of people are delighted that you did come back and make more music. Just a reminder for you guys at home, the album is called The Heart and it is available now. Now, the East are hysterical and the West are paranoid. That's apparently one of the reasons for a foundation set up in Brussels to help the two understand each other culturally and artistically. The Bogossian Foundation is based at the Villa Ampin, and France 24 has been to Belgium to find out more.
Built on one of the most prestigious avenues of Brussels, the Villa Ampin is one of the jewels of the architectural heritage of the city. Designed by Michael Pollock in the early 30s, it subtly blends two conflicting styles, that of Art Deco through its use of luxurious materials and details, and that of simple lines, related to a more modern type of architecture. But when the Bogossian family bought the house back in 2006, it was partially destroyed. It took 2 whole years of work and craftsmanship to restore the building to its former glory.
Apart from a few exceptions, I really think we fully respected the original look of the house, especially with the gilding. We completely revamped the place with gold leaf. We used no less than 27,000 gold leaves.
Today, the Villa Ampin houses the headquarters of the Bogossian Foundation. As well as developing projects in Armenia and Lebanon, it also dedicates its time to promoting art and dialogue between the East and the West.
I felt that for this foundation we had to have a truly iconic building where we would excel in not only humanitarianism but also in humanism. The idea was not just to bring the East closer to the West, but also the East closer to the East through the West. Some Orientals are still a bit disorientated with this.
It's a topic that often comes up at the Villa Ampin. Not long ago, several experts visited the villa to present their visions on the links between these two worlds.
The East are hysterical and the West are paranoid. It's important to put an end to this hysteria and paranoia so that they can eventually understand each other.
Art is a universal language, an exquisite way of promoting understanding. That's why a new exhibition opened its doors here on the 17th of November to help build that bridge between the two cultures. It illustrates the various influences that have shaped Ottoman art from the 16th to the 19th century. With its historical timeline, the exhibition takes us on a journey from China to France via Russia, capturing the most significant influences of the Ottoman legacy.
Just before we go, a retired electrician in southern France who worked for Pablo Picasso has come forward with hundreds of previously unknown works by the artist. The treasure trove includes 270 pieces. It's estimated to be worth around 60 million euros. Pierre Gnecco says Picasso gave him the works as gifts, but the administrators have filed a case for alleged illegal receipt of the works. And that's all we have time for in today's Culture Show. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow.